Hello everyone, welcome back to another vegan and gluten-free recipe episode on this channel. For today's episode, I was feeling like a sweet treat, but I was also pretty short on time, so I decided to make these very easy, no-bake chocolate peanut butter cookies. There's just 7 ingredients for these cookies and 6 recipe steps. So let's first go through each of the ingredients one by one super quickly. First up, there will be 1 cup of rolled oats. There's also 1/2 cup of all-natural creamy peanut butter with no sugar added, 1/4 cup of all-natural maple syrup, 1/4 cup of coconut oil, 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and finally 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now let's go through the 6 steps of the recipe, which I've linked down in the description box so you can check out this recipe and make these no-bake cookies yourself. This recipe comes courtesy of Joy Food Sunshine, and this is actually the first time I'll be using a recipe from that site. But I will tell you, I tested out these cookies earlier this week and they're awesome. So kudos to Joy Food Sunshine for this recipe. For step number 1, I'll bring you over to my stovetop where I have a saucepan all ready to go, and I'll stir together the peanut butter, the maple syrup, the coconut oil, and the salt. I'll mix those 4 ingredients together on low heat until they're well combined. For step number 2, I'll mix in the unsweetened cocoa powder and the vanilla extract. Once those 2 ingredients are well mixed in, I'll move on to step number 3, which is to mix in the 1 cup of rolled oats. For step number 4, I'll drop 1 tablespoon sized portions of the cookie mixture onto a lined baking sheet. For step number 5, I'll put my baking sheet of cookies into my freezer for about 1 hour to let the cookies harden. And for the last step, which is step number 6, I'll take the baking sheet out of my freezer, dish up the cookies right here at my countertop, dig in, and let you know what I think. That's everything you need to know for this super easy lazy girl cookie recipe. That's what I've decided to call this recipe. So without further ado, let's head over to my stovetop and begin mixing together the ingredients in my saucepan. Alright everyone, we've reached step number 6. Before I dig into these cookies, I'll give you a beautiful close-up. I love that these cookies have so much texture and you can see the rolled oats from the outside. And just to give you a sense of how much these have hardened up, I'll just tap them. Might be a little bit tricky to bite into these. I don't think it'll be too bad. Yeah, they really did firm up nicely in the freezer. Time to dig into these beauties. I know what I'm in for. I love these cookies, but let's not waste another second. The texture of these, especially when they're frozen solid, is very fudgy, which I love. I'll give you a close-up of what the inside looks like. They might be tiny, but these cookies are packed with flavor. They're definitely dangerous though, because it's pretty much impossible to eat just one of these. I would say my all-time favorite dessert flavor combination is chocolate and peanut butter. And when you add oats to these cookies, you're basically making a trifecta cookie of my all-time favorites. I could go on, but long story short, these cookies are tremendous. Definitely go and try them out yourself. That's everything for this no-bake cookie recipe episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed or at least learned something new. If you like this episode and are interested in more cookie recipes that feature oats, I've linked 2 recipes for you at the end of this video. One of them is chewy oatmeal cookies with cinnamon, and the second one is sweet potato breakfast cookies. So there you go, a couple more recipe ideas if you're craving something sweet and would like to use those rolled oats that have been sitting around in your cupboard or pantry. And with that, take care everyone, eat well, and I will see you in the next episode on this channel. Bye!